welcome to our video on making Arabidopsis mesh pots. I'm Julian Liber. 2 days before planting, we're going to sterilize our seeds. Add 1 milliliter of 70 to 75% ethanol, set timer for 30 seconds, and mix by inversion. The seeds will settle quickly while any chaff will remain in suspension. Remove the ethanol and place in a waste tube. Add 1 milliliter, 10% bleach, 0.6% sodium hypochlorite for 1 minute and invert to mix. Pipette off the bleach and do a separate waste from the ethanol. Add 1 milliliter of sterile distilled water and mix. Aspirate the water and replace 4 additional times to remove any traces of ethanol or bleach. Depending on how many seeds you have, add 500 to 1,000 microliters of 0.1% agar. Mix to suspend the seeds. Wrap the tube in aluminum foil, label with the date, and refrigerate at 4 degrees C for 48 hours. Next, we're going to collect our potting media. Here we use a Arabidopsis mix containing perlite, vermiculite, and peat moss. Mixes vary by facility and ingredient availability, but most usually contain peat moss and an aerating agent like perlite. 5 scoops should be sufficient for filling 32 small pots. Add distilled or reverse osmosis water and thoroughly mix. Add more water until the mix holds its shape when pressed together. We are then going to cover the tray with aluminum foil and place into the autoclave. Autoclave on gravity cycle for 30 minutes. While the plants are not going to be grown under sterile conditions, autoclaving the potting mix helps control pests. We are going to make mesh pots, so we need to cut window screen to a sufficient size to cover the top and sides of the pots we're using. Allow the mix to cool before handling, then remove the foil. It's now time to make our pots. I will be preparing mesh pots designed for dipping plants. Wrap a rubber band twice around one hand. Scoop potting mix into the pot and press into a slight and even dome. Place a square of screen material over the pot and secure with the rubber band. Pull the corners so that the screen is tight against the potting mix. An alternative approach is to take slightly drier, autoclave medium, and dome onto the pot, then bottom water the pots. This is faster and less wasteful, but does not work as well for dipping plants into liquids. Trim the corners of the mesh to prevent damage to the leaves. Replace the pots into a flat. It's now time to add seeds. These seeds were surface sterilized, suspended in 0.1% agar, and stratified earlier. Using a wide orifice or cut tip, take up seeds. I slowly decrease the volume on the pipette to then place the seeds onto the pots. 3 to 4 seeds per pot is usually sufficient to have at least one healthy plant on each. Add 2 liters of 1 gram per liter Peter's fertilizer solution to each flat. Place closed domes on flats and close fully. Place your flats into growth chambers. After 4 to 7 days, you can open dome slightly, then thin seedlings to 1 per pot. Take care to not damage the leaves of this single remaining seedling during thinning. Add distilled water or RO water to the trays as needed, making sure that the bottom of the pots are submerged. Under the right conditions, your plants should thrive. Thank you for watching. Music credit to Ann Joan.